Good evening, Flosstube. My name is Dawn Marie, and this is DMCraftyVortex. It is Wednesday, November 11th. It's about 11 p.m. right now. I just got out of work and thought I would go ahead and fill my Flosstube now. I do have to work tomorrow. I don't usually work on Thursdays, so it's going to be a little bit rushed trying to get up, do a Flosstube edit, and then get off to work. So I'm going to film tonight, edit tomorrow. You guys should see the video up about the same time you normally do, but if the lighting's a little bit different right now, probably a little bit darker, I do apologize. I don't have any outside light helping us out, but hopefully what little bit of light we do have is good enough for recording tonight. We will go through whips, and I think after the whips we'll do the drawing for the bag. And then we'll move on to all the other crafty things I did this week. There were quite a few things. I just kind of hopped here, there, and everywhere and just kind of did whatever I felt like at the moment. It seems really weird this week. I'm not going to start out with my Fright Night. I finished that last week and it's been tucked away till probably maybe next September when I'll bring it out and then I'll fully finish it then. But for now, it's safe and tucked away. The first whip I have to show you today is my autumn alphabet. This is what it looked like last week, and here is where we're at now. This border is taking a little bit longer than I expected it to take. I thought the border would be done by now, but it is deceptively tedious. I'm enjoying working on it, but it's a little bit more slow going than I thought. I did put a few days into it, so I thought it would be done. It's not. Fabric is 18 count Aida. It's fabric that I dyed myself. I did not use the call for colors on the blue pumpkin. Everything else is called for colors, but as I've talked about in prior episodes, the actual floss is green, even though the pattern looked blue, and the blue was my favorite part about this whole pattern. So I did change that up a little bit, and this is where we're at. I just need to finish up this border and get the alphabet in, and then this one will be done. The next thing I worked on was my November 1st start. I showed that last week. I had a little bit done last week. I don't have much more done this week. This is what it looked like last week. This is what it's going to look like when I'm done. It's Ivy Wed. I'm doing it in honor of getting married next week, so I wanted to make sure that this got started in November. And I am doing this on Belfast Antique Ivory Linen, 32 count. So this is taking a while because I don't normally work in linen, I normally work in Aida. So again, what it looked like last week. And here is where we're at now. So I think I had just this done and a little bit of the bird last week. I actually did this twice because, again, not used to working in linen. I got off one stitch somewhere, so when I made it all the way around, it didn't meet up, and I had to tear it all the way back. I had to take out about 3/4 of it and put it back in again. And so this week, I wanted to work my way over to the house so that I could get started on that. So I have the 2 chimneys done, and then I'm working on the roof. I'm going to do the whole house, and then I'll go back into going around the house. It does look beautiful on this linen, but definitely a lot slower stitching than I'm used to. So that's the Ivy Wed. I'm really excited to be working on this. And then something I've been working on since episode number 1. And this is for my best friend Amy. It's Little Things Too. Friendship is not a big thing, it is many little things. This is what it looked like last week. And here we are now. So on this, I have all the words done now. I finished up friendship. I did the 2 hearts down here And then can you see the little dragonfly? The little dragonfly's in timeout. I made a mistake on it. If you look at that one stitch right there, the head should be up one. And I thought about leaving it in, and nobody would know that that head was supposed to be up one except for me. But I just can't do it. I have to rip that out. I need to move that. So I've got to take out some back stitching. I need to move that up, and then I'll get finished with that. And then I have another dragonfly down here, and then it's just the border on this. Really excited to get close to the end on this. I want to get this framed up, and I want to get this off to her. So not much left on that part. I think the border is going to take a while though. It's definitely lots of little stitching, lots of starts and stops on that. It's just simply Aida. It's all the called for colors. I had it kitted up before it went to me. This down here is not part of it. This was a late night. I'm just going to look at Facebook really quick before I go to bed. And somebody started posting questions at about 11:30 at night about cross stitching. So I got out of bed, snuck into the kitchen, and filmed a little tutorial and sent it off to her. So I don't think I even have to rip that out. I think it's down far enough that it'll just get cut off when it gets framed. I mentioned a couple of videos back that I have a couple of pen pals now, and once a month we send each other a card with just a little mini cross stitch in it. And I didn't have to do anything last week, but I started up again this week to get December's done. One of my pen pals lives overseas, so we agreed to do something every other month. The one I mailed off last month still hasn't reached her yet, so I'd feel more comfortable that she got the one card before I work on another one. So we're going to do every other. But I have another pen pal who lives in the United States, so we're doing every month. And December's theme is snowman. So I'm going to do this cute little snowman. And this is where I'm at on that. See if we can get it without the glare. Focus. So that's coming out really adorable. I don't have a work stitch to show you this week because I brought this to work with me and I worked on this a couple of days. So that I'm hoping to get done and get that off in the mail next week to her. And that's actually all the stitching I did this week. My daughter Kayla has worked on her cross stitch again, so she sent me off another picture. I'm going to do a little side by side of what I showed you last week and where she's at now. So this is what she's gotten accomplished. Isn't she doing a really great job? It's coming out so cute. She's been steadily plugging away on it. I'm really proud of her for keeping at it, and it looks so good. You'd never know that that's one of her first cross stitches. The other thing I have to show you is Patrick, my fiance. This is the last time I get to say that. Has also been plugging away on his cross stitch. This is what he's making. And this is what it looked like last week. And this is where he is at now. Really excited that you can see the shape of the boot. He has all that green done and all the white done, and now he gets to start working on other colors. I think he's ready to put the green and whites down for a little bit and get started in here. So he's plugging away on that. I'm really excited with how that's turning out. And then I said last week that I was going to do a bag giveaway. This is the bag, minus the cat fur. Sorry about that. And I just needed you to tell me how you found my channel. It was really fun reading all the comments and whether another YouTuber mentioned me or if I just showed up somewhere in a recommended feed. So this is the bag. The random comment generator did its work, and I believe the name that was picked was Robin Fierce. I'll show a picture of the comment generator now, so if you see your name, please email me your address so I can get that off in the mail to you, and here it is. That is it for the cross stitch part of this. So if you're only here for the cross stitch, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the project. I hope you come back in 2 weeks. I don't think I'm going to do a video next week. Again, next week is when I'm getting married and just fine-tuning everything. I think the last thing I'm going to have time to do is record a video. But I will hopefully be back the Thursday after that, and I think maybe we'll do another bag giveaway then. We'll see. I'm going to dig through my fabric stash and maybe make something a little Christmassy. So by the time that's up and I pick somebody and I get it mailed off, it'll be pretty close to December, and I think it would be fun to have something seasonal to send off. So we'll see in a couple of weeks if there's another contest that we'll have going. So some of the other things I was working on is I mentioned last week about getting a couple of diamond paintings in the mail, and I figured if I got them in the mail, I probably better start working on one. And I pulled out the smallest one. This is from the Diamond Art Club, and this particular one was actually free on Facebook, and all you had to do was pay shipping and handling. So it was the, let me make sure it's right side up, Four Seasons tree. Look at how pretty that's coming out. And I am up to here on it. So I've been working on this. I started this last Thursday while everything was uploading to air. I started plugging away on this. And then I started working on this a little bit more yesterday. And this really does suck the time away from you. I was only going to work on it for about an hour, and I think I ended up working on it for about 6 hours. So this is what I'm working on. I got a friend hooked on doing this as well, and it's really funny. I sent her the Facebook link to the order free and only pay shipping and handling, and there was a few to choose from, and without knowing it, she picked the same exact one I did. So it's really fun. We both were working on the same one. She came over last night and we worked on them together, and it was really enjoyable. We work together too, so we're around each other all the time. She's in my bubble, so we stayed safe. And while I was working on the first go round, Patrick was watching me work on it, and he started asking questions. So usually when he starts asking questions, it means he's intrigued. So I went ahead and I bought him one as well. So I'm hoping he's going to give that a try. And again, another Cowboys one. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So and then I knitted a little bit as well. The gloves are part of my reach because I've got so much stuff. I can't keep it all close enough to me. So I've been showing you the fingerless mitts I've been making for him. The yarn is yarn that I dyed myself, and he had told me what color he wanted, so I just kind of played around with colors until I got one that he liked. I didn't write down what I did, so I can't duplicate this yarn color, but they're done. I'm so excited. It's nice to finish something for cold weather just before the cold weather hits. Y'all, it was 70 degrees these last couple of days. 70 degrees November in Maine. That's absolutely ridiculous. I started my Christmas shopping, and it felt so weird to come out of the store and not have to bundle all up. And hold on, I gotta get my cat off everything. Well, now I don't know where I left off, but at least I saved my work from the cat. Well, anyways, so fingerless mitts are done, even though we're having 70-degree weather, and he doesn't need them, but he will very soon. Here they are. Here's the yarn color and the pattern. I'll put it on my hands, but it's not going to stretch as much because his hands are definitely bigger than mine. They fill out correctly on him, but here they are. Now the pattern is a Whispers in the Wind sock pattern. So this is a sock pattern by Kay Litton, the Crazy Sock Lady. And then I took a fingerless mitt pattern that she also wrote. It was also from Kay Litton, Spread the Love. So I followed the fingerless mitt pattern, but when I was doing the actual design repeats, I went to the sock pattern. So I bounced back and forth between the two to get him this. So this is not a fingerless mitt pattern. If you go on Ravelry, you have to look for the sock pattern and then the fingerless mitt pattern. But it's done. Very excited about that. What I've been trying to do with my knitting is pull up old whips and work on those. I'd like to knit at night just before I go to bed because my eyes are a little too tired to pull out the cross stitch at that point. So knitting is just nice and relaxing and you don't have to think about it as much. Another thing I worked on this week is a cowl that I started last winter, and then I put it away over the summer because you don't really need it in the winter. I'm making this for my friend Karen, who she's actually the one I got into the diamond art painting. And the problem with making things for Karen is her favorite color is orange. And my least favorite color is orange. So while I'm loving making something for her, I am not loving looking at all this orange. I made her some socks and I have to make orange. I made her a mask. Every time I do something for her, I have to go with orange. So I think she needs to change her favorite color so that I can keep making her things. But here is the cowl that I'm making. It is brioche. I took a class on it, so I'm hoping I did a couple of rows the other day and I had to reteach myself this technique all over again. So with this technique, if you look, it's 2 strands the whole time. And here is the outside, but if you flip it around, you can wear it the other way and then it's a completely different color. So this is the brown side and this is the orange side. So I'm not quite sure how much more I want to go up on it for her because it should like hang down a little bit. But this is what I'm going to start working on now that the socks are done. And then if I finish this, I have a sweater that I started and tucked away. I'm not quite sure where I left off on that, but I did use Knit Companion. And Knit Companion is kind of like Pattern Keeper in that it keeps your place. So I'm hoping when I pull that sweater out that I had enough detail on it that I can remember where I was to pick up and go on the sweater. I think that's everything that I did crafty, so we can work on to haul a little bit. And again, even haul, I didn't really buy anything cross-stitch related. I did buy, for our diamond painting, I bought these cute little Christmas cards. I thought that would be fun. I don't send out a lot of Christmas cards, so I figured the couple that I do send out would be fun to have them be just a little bit extra special. And then next up for my haul, I have a story. So I bought some Yanni Advents. If you ever buy a Yanni Advent, you know that you have to buy them really early in the beginning of the year. The problem with buying something really early in the beginning of the year is you forget that you bought it. So I bought this beautiful purple box from Dragon Horn Yarn. I was so excited when it came in the mail, but it came in the mail during the summer, I think like around June, which was really weird for a Christmas Advent. So I put it in my closet so I would not be tempted to open it. And I was so excited when it came because I love her yarn. And then a couple of weeks ago, I got a yarn Advent from Ginger Snap That, I believe, or Ginger Snap Plus. I'll write it down. And I got this one in the mail, which I forgot that I bought till it showed up. But I was pretty excited. I have 2 yarn Advents to open up. Then I got this one from the Cozy Knitter. This one I've been really excited about. This is actually 1 skein of yarn. It's sock weight yarn, and what it is it's 24 stripes. So you're not supposed to open it until December 1st. And then you cast on your socks, and every day you knit one colored stripe. So when you finish that color and you get ready to go into the next color, you stop until the next day. So I'm actually going to open this probably a week early because I like to get a yarn for the toes, cuffs, and heels, and I want to get my cuff knitted so on December 1st I can start in on this. However, after all that came, I got a second purple box. I'm just going to show you this one again because they're the same exact purple box. So this one came in the summer, and then the other one just came a week ago. And I was pretty confused over that. Couldn't figure out how I ended up with two purple boxes so far apart. I didn't know if maybe they messed up and they did some shipping then and they did some shipping now and somehow I got a second box. I didn't know if maybe somebody got me one as a gift. So I broke a pretty bad rule and I opened the old box just to see what was in it that might give away why I got two boxes. And then imagine my surprise, excuse me, imagine my surprise when I looked at the wrapping paper. This is not very Christmassy wrapping paper at all. Then I saw spider webs. So apparently I ordered a Halloween advent and a Christmas advent, and I completely forgot about the Halloween advent. So this has been tucked away in my closet waiting for December 1st to come along to open when I could have been opening this all last month. So I now have a November advent that I've been opening one day at a time because I didn't open it last month because I completely forgot that I bought it. I'm thinking maybe they should write on the outside of the box which holiday they're for. So I started opening them, and I'm going to stretch. So we have, I'm going to put my glasses on, and I apologize because there's now going to be a glare in the lens. So we have number one, apologize for the crinkle, Spellman Mortuary. Look at how pretty that is. Day two. Forest of Torment. And just like the last Advent, I can't remember the name of this one. I know it's a book, and I know it's a book I read, but I'll have to look and see if I can find it. Day three. Ambrose. Look how pretty those colors are. Day four. Dorcas. I'm sorry. After a 9-hour shift, I've worn a mask for 9 hours straight. My throat's a little dry. So day five, the hanging tree. Look at that one. Day six, Stolas. Kind of a charcoaly blackish color. Day seven. Pagan Carnival. Day 8, Dorian Gray's room. That one, I just love that one. I think I've said that about all of them, but they're all so pretty. I love Dragonhood. She's really just dark and moody, and that's where I like to go with my yarn, which is really funny because with my cross stitches, I like really bright and cheerful. But when I get to my yarn, I want to go dark and moody. I think this is day 9. Pandemonium. And day 10, Prudence. Look at those colors. I really need to find something to do with all these advents. And then day 11, Feast of Feasts. So that's all my haul, some of it a little unexpected, and all my crafts for the week. As I said, I will probably not be filming next week, again, getting ready for the wedding, and I hope to be back the week after that and hope to make a bag, maybe a Christmassy bag, and see if we can do another drawing. So until next time, happy crafting.